Welcome to another very grey and very wet autumn afternoon in Holland. If you don't know me, my name is Reni. I'm a pagan from the beautiful country of Holland. When pagans talk to me, they often talk like this. They say, Reni, we pagans, we're just a tiny minority on this great continent of Europe. We are the remnants of a genocide that happened 1500 years ago. And now we're just scattered all over the globe. And there's some truth in that. But I think there's an even bigger truth that we fail to see as pagans. My truth is that I'm strongly convinced now that we, the pagans, are in the majority in Europe. Because especially in Northern Europe, but all across the Western Hemisphere and the Western world, there's something happening, and it's happening rapidly. The church is losing power. The church is losing its influence. And I've often joked on this channel. I've joked about the church stealing pagan customs and then rebranding them as if they were their own. I've often joked that Christianity is just paganism with a coat on. That's all it is. Well, here's the funny thing. If people take off their coat, that's what they're doing when they stop going to church. People take off that coat, what have you got? Paganism. The people who leave church and who says, well, I don't want it anymore, it's full of dogma. Maybe they're disappointed with everything that happened with the sexual scandals. Maybe they grew out of it. Maybe all their friends grew out of it and they didn't want to be left behind. I don't know, but the churches are increasingly empty here in Holland. They're increasingly empty to all of Northern Europe. But these people, when it's time, when it's Christmas time, they still decorate their tree. Why? Because it's the Christian thing. They were used to it from the Christian church, but the Christian church just stole it from the pagans. But they took their coat off, so what you got is paganism. They're actually putting lights in a tree. That's a pagan custom, if you do it in the winter. When it's Easter, they still eat eggs, and they look for eggs. That's a fertility ritual. These people are pagans. And let me drive that point really home in this video. Because sometimes we do ceremonies in the back garden. And sometimes I invite people who are not necessarily pagan. They're not. But they're just curious. And they ask about this paganism stuff. To be honest, I don't always tell them I identify as a pagan. Sometimes I say I'm a polytheist. I believe in multiple deities because it just sounds really intellectual, and I like to sound intellectual. But when you discuss with your average Joe, who is no longer wearing the coat of Christianity, the principles of paganism, I tell him, I say, we pagans, we believe in taking personal responsibility for our lives. Is that a pagan principle? Yes, it is, because if you compare it again to Christianity, Christianity is like, God will take care of everything, Our gods don't take care of anything. Our gods don't even take care of us. I mean, you can follow a god, but you can also fail and you can anger the god. You can fuck things up. But in Christianity, it doesn't matter how bad you fuck things up, because Jesus can always forgive you. We don't have that luxury. We have to take responsibility of our own lives, our own mental well-being, and our own health. That's what we got to do. It's a pagan principle. When you tell that to people, people go, yeah, I kind of feel like that too, Okay, great. Do you believe also that's the second thing I ask, when you go in nature and really deep into nature, that there's a sacredness there, that nature is sacred and you can feel sacredness and magic there? Most people answer, yeah, I'll feel that too. Do you believe that if you want something, third question, that you shouldn't just get on your knees and pray for it, but that you should also work for it? People go, yeah. Do you believe that life is cyclical? Your own life is cyclical. Societies are cyclical, and we are constantly moving in cycles. And that also kind of means that you believe in reincarnation. By the way, like the Muslims and the Christians, the Abrahamics don't believe in reincarnation. The rest of the world believes in reincarnation. It's the norm. But when you ask them, do you believe in these cycles? They go, yeah. Congratulations, you're an effing pagan. Everybody's a pagan. But they don't realize it. They don't know it. But you and I, now we know. That prayer thing is another. I did a whole video when I got inspired by a Thomas Sheridan video. Like that you shouldn't put so much emphasis on prayer, but more an emphasis on sacrifice in your life, because prayer almost feels childlike to me. Please, Sky Father, can you please give me what I want? I don't want to do the work or do anything for it, but could you just give to me while I don't have to do anything? Come on, you're not 6 years old, you know. You can work for it, and you can be a man, and when you failed and you said like, hey, then I just can't do it. But the alternative is that you say like, okay, I want something from the world. I want the world to move in my direction. How can I do that? How can you move the world? You move the world by moving you. You move your world. So if you say I want to have like a six-pack and look really sexy this summer, what do you sacrifice? You sacrifice that time you're watching Netflix and you go to the gym. You sacrifice those cupcakes that you're eating and the chocolate that you're eating all the time, and you get a proper diet. You sacrifice things. It's a pagan principle. And when you explain it like that, most people agree with it. So there you have it, folks. Most people are pagan, but they don't realize it. Okay? So if you're a pagan and watching this, congratulations of being conscious of what you truly are, a pagan. And this holiday season, be nice to the people who sit on your Christmas table. Be nice at the people who come to your Yule celebrations. Be nice to the people who walk these forests. Because we're all pagans. See you next week.